22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Jacksonville. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Gutierrez.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Lawrence. Trying to lay one up deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And it was one that we kind of saw coming, Charger. Free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting. And he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. As he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. A handoff for Etienne. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run with Etienne. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we have...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We're scoreless after 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Love. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, Love to pass. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 33. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Off the play fake, Love. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Josh Oliver, 37 yards. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14, Titans 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence forced out to his left. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he's got Jordan complete right side. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. 1st down, going to the air with Love. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Final play of the half, Love. And he takes a shot on the release. says this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A final shot before break. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Devin Duvernay. As time expires in the first half. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll go again with Dobbins. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins finding some room at midfield. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Evans. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Love. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and a tackling for just a short gain.
On 3rd down, here's Evans. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Tucker McCann out now for the Titans field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. McCann's kick is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a 2nd down and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Handoff running left is Etienne. Dances by him. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Love looking to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down with Evans. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 7. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Another run here with Dobbins. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Love.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And some room to work. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Love looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Love. Making the catch, this is the tight end, Oliver. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Again, it's Love. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, and he gets them to 1-0. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jags, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they obviously fall to 0